Hey guys, Trevor here again. I am going to be doing my next run of Spirit Island, and I'm trying to get all the easy stuff out of the way first, all the easy combos and whatnot. So, I will be doing Habsburg level 6. Um, Habsburg, the additional loss condition is track how many Blight come off the Blight card during Ravages that do 8 plus damage in a land. If that number ever exceeds players, the invaders win. The escalation is after exploring on each board with few or fewer blight, add a town to a land without a town or blight. On each board with 2 or fewer blight, do it again. So what makes Habsburg hard is their first effect. After the normal build step in each land matching a build card, gather a town from a land not matching a build card in board slash land order if you're playing multiple people. Yeah, so basically if I have nothing in a land and they build, quote unquote, they still drag a town over, and now you have a land to deal with. Um, the next hard thing about them is at level 4, towns in lands without blight are durable, so they have +2 health and destroy town effects instead deal 2 damage per town they could destroy. So, if you're trying to kill towns in land without blight, it's a little rough. They have 4 health each, and yeah. So you'd have to play 2 destroy town effects, or have Dahan do 4 damage, and all that good stuff. The Habsburg reminder for level 5 is also pretty annoying. It gets a lot of extra buildings out onto the board, and yeah. Level 6 makes Ravages do +2 damage total if any adjacent lands have towns. So, um, another thing about level 6 is you cannot cause lands without invaders to ravage. It's +2 total if you have 0. Because you have no invaders, they don't do anything. They have to have at least 1 invader in there to do that plus damage. So, I'll probably play the easiest character to play versus this, which is Stone's Unyielding Defiance. The setup is put 2 presents on your starting board, 1 in the lowest numbered mountain without Dahan, and 1 in an adjacent land that has Blight. This spirit is all about Blight, and adding Blight for free. Well, not free, you have to pay energy for, but it doesn't hurt you to add Blight. When Blight is added to one of your lands, unless the Blight then outnumbers your Dahan, or your, not Dahan, your presence, it does not cascade or destroy presence, yours or others. So if you're playing a multiplayer game, it will not destroy their presence either. And the first time you uncover each of your +1 card play presence spaces, you gain a minor power. They're up here, this little area, this little spot right here. That will come into use later, most likely. So, let's start this game up. Got everything set up, level 6, perfect. Alright, and the first explorer will be on a sands. Let's see, my presence, one of the lowest number mount without Dahan, an adjacent one that has Blight if possible. But there's not, so it has to go to a sands, because there's no adjacent land with Blight, and this is sands, so that works. I'm confused as to how I want to go about this. There's 2 things I could do. Well, first of all, there's a lot of discussion to be had in going bottom track versus top track. Some people like going, really far along the top, getting a bunch of card plays, lots of energy, and then maybe grabbing a major or multiple minors and doing whatever they want with high energy, sustain, and not focusing on the innates as much. Or people go full bottom track and focus on the innates a little more than usual. Some people do a mixture where they'll take these 2 presents off to get the +1 card play, and then they'll go full bottom track. It really just depends on how your first turns are going to pan out. This is a pretty nice setup to start with, so I will most likely go bottom track. Now the only problem is this land, right, this wetlands is kind of iffy if it pops up next, but if it doesn't pop up next, I should be good to go. So I'm going to do my middle. Let me explain what my cards do. So Stubborn Solidity, defend 1 per Dahan. Dahan and target land cannot be changed. So if the event says do 2 damage to Dahan, do remove a Dahan, do this, do that, none of it happens. The Dahan stay there. Grant the defend. Jagged Shards, push from the earth. You add a Badlands and push up to 2 Dahan. This is very good card, especially early. That's how we set up for some good plays with just 1 card play. Scarred and Stony Land, 2 damage, add a Badlands, remove a Blight and target land from the game. So it does not go back to the card, it goes to the box. Still useful, so you don't have to stack up presence on a land in order to, deal with the Blight. And Plow Shatter on Rocky Ground, 1 damage to each town/city, then you may push up to 1 town or destroy 1 town. This card is not the greatest. This card is basically this except better. The only benefit this has over Scarred and Stony Land is that the target land does not have to be a Blight. But other than that, and you don't have to have a Sacred Site. But, I mean, you're probably going to have a Sacred Site. The first innate, hold the island fast with a Bulwark of Will. 2 Earth, when Blight is added to one of your lands, you may pay 2 energy per Blight to take it from the box instead of the Blight. Or instead of the Blight card. So, if I were to add a Blight here, for example, I can pay 2 energy, my presence doesn't die, and the Blight will come from my little bag. Speaking of that, I have these little so I can keep my bag over there just with yeah. As you go further down with 4 earth, the cost is 1 energy instead of 2, which is pretty nice. 6 earth and 1 grass. When an event or blight card directly destroys presence, yours or others, I may prevent any number of presents from being destroyed by paying 1 energy each. So that's pretty nice in multiplayer games when you flip the blight card over and something bad is happening, like remove a presence every turn or whatnot. You can pay for it. It's kind of difficult to pay for at that point, depending on the cards you've taken, but it's always a nice option to have. The other innate, let them break themselves against a stone. After invaders, or 3 mountain, or earth, or whatever you want to say, after invaders deal 1 or more damage to target land, 2 damage back. 5 earth, also deal half of the damage invaders did to the land, rounding down. And 7 earth, 2 sun, repeat this power, so you can play it on 2 lands. Defend does reduce the amount they do to the land, so you have to keep that in mind with the second level of it. But other than that, looks like we're good to go. So I will do this middle track, so I'll add a presence at 2 range. So 1, 2. Get 1 earth. I get +3 energy, and I get 2 energy for my track. So starting with 5, I'll be playing Jagged Charge, push from the earth the first turn, and looks good. Burn the event, build in the sands. Now here's where things happen for Hapsburg. They will drag a town into their land. So I'll probably pull this over here. And then this one does not drag anything. I don't want to do that though. I do want it to drag stuff. I'll drag this one from the mountain. And I'll build here. Now another thing about Habsburg. During play, when invaders would build a city in an inland land, they instead build 2 towns. So instead of 1 city here, they get 2 towns. They also pull a town. Yeah, so that's great. Wetlands Explorer, and that's what I was worried about. Not entirely sure how I want to deal with that just yet. Yeah. Okay. Whatever, that's fine. So I may add a Badlands and push up to 2 Dahan. I'll add a Badlands and push 2 Dahan into. Looks good. I don't need any of my elements or anything, so I'm good to go. Part of me wishes I'd gone 2 card plays, but it's fine. I'll probably try to stop this from exploding. Yeah. Okay, so I add a presence there. I'm gonna actually gain a minor, or see if we can get something. This is good. It has mountain plus sun, 0 cost. Also mountain plus wetland. That great. But this is probably the best. I can definitely get a lot of Dahan. I mean, Dahan movement's always nice. I will definitely do that. And I get 2 energy for my track. I'll be playing Stubborn Solidity this turn. Okay, so I may defend 1 per Dahan, and Dahan and target land cannot be changed. So this is a defend 2. I will also be playing my innate, let them break themselves against the stone. I do have 3 earth. So I will probably play that over. So I'm not sure if it's still probably going to get dragged over here, but that's okay. It'll stop the one getting dragged up there. So, looks good to me. Event. The next normal ravage, each town does +1 damage. That doesn't matter to us. Each piece destroys an explorer. This guy dies. Add a beast on the board with that one. Add a Dahan to a jungle or wetlands with Dahan. So I will grab a Dahan over here. It's a good target just in case they end up exploring the jungles anytime soon. So they ravage. Now this is where things get interesting. I do have 3 stones, so I'll have to pay 2 energy per blight added. 1, 2, 4. And a blight will come up here. This guy dies, and a blight will come down here. But remember, the Han cannot take damage, they cannot die, they cannot be removed. Nothing can happen to them. Also because this blight does not outnumber my presence does not die. Good to go. Now, my innate, after invaders deal 1 or more damage to target land, 2 damage. So I will get to do damage. That will die. Here. Now, if this blight was not here, they would have 4 health, but the blight is there, and my innate happens after they attack the land, so I'm good. And the Dahan also attack after the fact, so Dahan will do 4 damage. Towns die. 2. They build in the wetlands, so this will build, hold, this will build, and there's nothing to pull. And mountains with escalation. I have 3 blight, so I will have to add a town. We'll land without town or blight. I'll probably add it over here, honestly, because if that pops up, I do have, well, yeah, if this pops up, I do have 3 to Han there. I can potentially get 4. Maybe I'll put it over. I don't know. See what happens. And yeah, then they explore the mountains. Alrighty. Looks good to me. I am gonna let this land blight probably. Actually, I don't have to. Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. So I'm going to another presence here. Sorry for the lag. It happens occasionally with Tabletop Simulator. I don't know why. I'm gonna get to reclaim 1 from now on. I'll get +3 energy and then 2 for my energy track. And I want to play this. Okay, so I'm gonna have that let them break themselves against a stone placed here. These on. Yeah, looks good to me. Alright. Event. On each board with 9 or more towns/cities, builds cards skip the highest number of matching lands. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that does not happen. I do not have 3 or fewer. I'm good. 2 fear per board with 2 or more beasts. I do not have any. When invaders ravage, the land has both the Han and presence. Defend 5. Not matter here. They ravage the wetlands. Okay. Now that I have 4 mountain or earth, I only have to pay 1 energy instead of 2. So 1 tier. That does blight on its own. I'm not in that land, so just let it roll. And then I also do 2 damage back, so that dies. Got a fear card. They build in mountains. Now these still drag, so yeah. Then they explore the jungle. With escalation, I do have 4 or on a board with 4 or fewer, add a town to a land without a town/blight. Decisions. Probably throw it here. Yeah, it sucks that those mountains got to that point, but that's fine. Okay, so now for my card that I played, I'm gonna do 2 damage, 1 away from the sacred site. We'll land with blight. So right here on this wetlands, and the blight goes back to the box. I do 2 damage, and I get a Badlands. This happens in a different order, but it's just easier for me to do it that way. You just do 2 damage, add a Badlands, remove a blight. It's a little different if there's already a Badlands there. And looks good to me. Well, I can reclaim a card. I really don't want this to Honda die. I'll grab this 0 cost card. I get to add a presence. I'll put it here. And I will get +3 energy. I get +2 for my track. I get another mountain or earth. And I get an any element. Kinda sucks. I really don't want that Dahan to die. I think I can. Oh man, it's gonna. See, I can probably defend this land next turn. So I'm not too worried about that land. As long as this has +1, yeah. I will definitely be playing this. I'm gonna save the any element in case the event wants something, anything. I will defend 1 here. And I have my second tier of let them break themselves against a stone. So when they do their stuff, after invaders deal 1 more damage to the target land, 2 damage, and then also deal half the damage invaders did to the land, rounding down. So this is doing 5 damage right now, -1, so they'd be doing 4. I'll do 2 damage, and I also get the 2 damage from earlier. So I'll be doing 4 damage in this mountain. It'll clear it up. 1 less spot for them to explode on. Or I could hit over here and do 5 damage. Better, actually. Because they will be doing 6 damage here. If I do half, 3, +2, 5. That gives me 3 feet. That instead. Yep. Event. This is turn, ignore strife. Destroy 2 explorers among lands with beasts. There are none. When invaders ravage the land, has to Han defend 2. I'm glad I moved it. This is now a defend 3. I do have a fear card. The next normal explorers get the lowest number of land matching the invader card on each board. Okay. They ravage the mountains. Both of these are blighting. I have presence on both. I pay only 1 energy apiece because I have 4 earth. This does get blighted. This gets blighted as well. And they're doing 6 damage. So I do 3, half the damage. Plus 2, so I do 5. This dies, and this dies, that's 3 fear. This Dahan will kill 1. That's 1 more. They build in the jungle, and remember, they pull towns, and it's in numbered order. So I can't pull this town first, because this is the lowest numbered land. So it will have to pull that first. And this jungle will pull, I guess from here. Not too sure, honestly. Board's looking pretty good now. They explore the sands. Now explore does not happen in the lower numbered land matching the invader card, so it's only. Oh, there is a blight up there. I need to get rid of it. I don't know if I'll be able to. Now, this is a reminder card. When revealed on each board, add a city to a coastal land without a city. And add 1 town each to the 3 inland lands with the fewest blight. Okay, so I will add a city up here. I'm hoping to hit it hard when they build. That's my city. Now I have to add a town to each of the 3 inland lands with the fewest blight. So this has to happen. I can't stop that. Now I get to choose where I want it. Probably the wetland. Maybe even potentially the sands. It can pull from the wetlands next to something. Sure. But that's gone. Cool. Yeah. Good to... Alright, and I'm gonna reclaim this card. I now have 2 card plays. I'm worried about sands a little bit. But I should be okay. Okay. I'll grab another miner. Why not? Ooh, removing blight, gathers 1 Dahan to one of their lands, 1 damage in that land per Dahan present. This honestly looks like a no-brainer. I will probably do this one. Yeah, and then plus 2 energy from a track. Of this. Now I do have 2 card plays, which is perfect. Wait, where did I add? No, one of the presents had to go here. Or else bad things are happening. Bad things are still happening. Do I prey on this fear card to stop this land from blighting is the question. Because here's the problem. I do have 1 presence up here, 1 presence down here. Sands are coming up, so they will be ravaging, and I will have to stop the blight. But I don't exactly have a way to stop the blight and fast. Unless I had some way to add more presence. Now I can remove presence, but then I can't do my combo, which was I can gather up to 2 Dahan, so I was gonna grab this Dahan and put it here. That was gonna defend 4. Actually, I just forgot about when I do damage back to the invaders, they do plus 2 damage total if any adjacent lands have towns. I forgot about that for my my right power. So I have to keep that in mind going forward. It would have killed both these explorers, I'm pretty sure, but I really don't want to go back and potentially not do something correct. So I have to play these, right? I just have to. Or I pray the fear card allows me to remove an explorer. I think I'm gonna pray that it removes an explorer. I'll play this instead. Yep, so I may defend 3 here. And even if this does blight, everything in there will die anyways, so that's okay. I do have 7 mountain and 2 sun, but if I repeat this, it's only at 0 range. Does not help me. So I will put it here. Now they'll be doing 2, 4, 6, 7, and then because they're adjacent to a town, they'll do 9 damage there, which will be pretty nice. And that will make it, they'll do 9 damage, and I'll get 4 damage back, plus 2, so I'll do 6 damage, which will kill all the towns. Be nice. Alright, let's hope that this fear card does something. The opposite, remove a strife. If you can't, invaders do +1 damage per land when ravaging in lands with towns with cities. Destroy 1 explorer / town in a land with beast. Push 3 Dahan from lands with disease to lands without. I do not have any. Spend 1 in all lands. That's mean. So this would be 4, but this will make them do 1 extra damage. So they're doing 5, they do 6. So that will blight. Each spirit adds 1 presence to a land with their presence. Okay. That solves problems. On each board, add a Dahan to a land with Dahan. Oh yeah. And 2 cities to the land with the fewest towns / cities. Minimum 1. Yep, looks like it's up here. It's not a bad blight card. I'll take it. Now I pay 1 for this other land up here. But yeah, also these Dahan do 6 damage back. These all die. 2, 4, 6, 7, and then +2 damage because there's a town adjacent of Hapsburg. So 9 damage. I do 4. I do 6 back. So 6. Now they build in the sands. There's nothing. There's no towns to pull over here. There is a town to pull over here. And there's probably gonna be wetlands. I knew it because I didn't want wetlands to show up. That's fine. That makes this a problem land that I have to deal with fast, and I definitely have a lot of blight on the board, so I'm good. Another thing that makes stone strong is that for the additional loss condition, track how many blights come off the blight card during ravages that do A+ damage. The blight I'm adding to the board is from the box, not the blight card, so that does not contribute to my loss condition. It's great. Now that I have this land solved, I can put another presence here. I'm going to... Oh, and if I have 2 grass, I can do both. Now I'm going to change this into a grass. So now I do have 2 grass. I may gather a blight and pay 1 energy to... I'm going to gather this one and then remove it. Okay, looks good. The additional presence placement was very nice too. Sands are ravaging. I want to get a presence into this land. And I need to remove this blight. So... Oh, but sands are ravaging though. The predicament I'm in is I kind of want to reclaim. So I can have these sands get defended for 3. Potentially not even have to add a blight. I would like to add a blight though. Yeah, I'll probably end up reclaiming. I get 2 earth, and I may add a presence to a mountain or land with my presence. What am I worried about popping up next? I'm gonna pull here. I have access to all the lands with my sacred sites. Now whenever this card is revealed, or whenever this portion of my growth track is revealed, I may gain a minor. Yes, and I also get 3 energy for my track. Oh, this is kind of interesting. Part of me wants to grab this because a 10 defense really nice. Honestly, I can stop blight from happening in a lot of spots, but I kind of also want blight to happen because of my innates. But I also can do 1 damage to each town/city. This has all my elements. I can gather up to 1 to Dahan. And then if Dahan are present, either defend 1 per Dahan, or after invaders are added or moved to target land, 1 damage to each added or moved invader. That does have all my elements, 0 cost, and I can gather Dahan. That sounds so nice. Decision. I think I will get Call to Guard. It has the sun I need. It's so nice. Goes back to an any. I'm definitely playing this, and I'm definitely playing this. This will probably be a sun, so I can hit my repeat on my let them break themselves against a stone. It's good to me. They defend 3 over here. There are no adjacent towns, so they're not doing the +2 damage here. Or up here, actually. And I'll be using that let them break themselves over here. Sucks I'm defending, but the Dahan should kill them all anyways. This lane was doing 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I do half, which is 4, +2, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll see how it rolls. Looks good to me. They're still in they're level 1. Lands with 1 Dahan and or in lands with Dahan. 1 Dahan and 1 town/they do not participate in a ravage. These do not ravage. Which means it actually does not blight. Let's see. Each land with beast, 1 damage per beast. Okay. For each board, 1 fear if any Dahan are in lands with town/cities. I do have Dahan. Oh, okay. Terra level 1 still. Each player moves an explorer from a land with beast, disease, or at least 2 beast, disease, or at least 2 Dahan. I don't think I have any that match that. That's fine. Player chooses a different coastal land with Dahan, each 1 damage per Dahan. Yeah, okay. Nothing. They ravage the sands. This one does not blight. They only do 2 damage. These 2 Dahan will do 4 damage back, and this will actually die. I only do 3. Yeah. Then up here, I do have to pay for that. I just realized I had another card play I could have. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I do 6 back. So 3, 4, 5, 6. That is 3. Puts us at Terra level 2. We're getting close. Build in the wetlands. Now remember, when they build, town comes with. And this one does build a town, but there's no town to pull, which is Fine. And they explore sands and wetlands. This is kind of beneficial for me, actually. Okay. So I can do, so to one away from a sacred site, I do 2 damage. I have a Badlands there, I do 3 damage. I add a Badlands, and I remove a Blight from the game and put it in the box. Alrighty. Wetlands are popping up. I will reclaim this card, but I'm probably not going to play it. I need to get something up in this land. I don't want to deal with that wetlands on there. Set for it. I'm going to give myself +3 energy from this one. I get +4 for my track. 9 energy. You can easily go majors. I personally don't like grabbing that many majors just because I like having enough energy to do whatever I want. But to each their own. I wish I could gather towns. I would gather a town over here to make that wetlands do more damage. Well, I'm going to try to get rid of some blight. I do have 3 card plays because I have 2 from my bottom track and 1 from right here. I want a sun. Yeah, I do want a sun. Yeah, I can just do that though. Play this. I paid 3. All good. For let them break themselves against a stone, I'll be targeting wetlands and this wetlands. Yep, cool. Event. We are in stage 3. Berries do not ravage lands unless there are more invaders in the current terror level. Ravage actions do +2 damage per land. Oh yes. In each land with beast, 1 damage per beast. That stops that land from building, but they'll still pull a town. In each land, push 1 Dahan per badland/disease to lands without those. Good. You have a fear card. Each player adds a strife in a different land with at least 2 invaders, then each invader takes 1 damage per strife it has. Interesting. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. So they ravage the wetlands. I will pay 1 energy for this one. Now the other one is also blighting, so I'll pay that. I'll add both the blight. Now they're doing 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage. So we round down to 6. I do 3 damage back, +2, +1 from the Badlands. So 6 damage, 2, 4, 5, 6. That's 2 fear. Up here I'm doing, they're doing 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, they actually do +2 from the event card as well. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, +2, so 10. I'll do 7 back, +2 Badlands, so I do 9 damage back. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 3 feet. They build in the wetlands / sands. Almost cleared the board. Mountains and I will do 2 damage here and remove a blight and add a Badlands. This guy will die. That will be this card. I'm gonna add Badlands here. Yeah, I'll add a Badlands there. I might push up to 2 to Han. Actually, I want to put a Badlands here and push the Han up to. And then I may gather a Blight, but I cannot remove it this time. I will pull this guy over to here. Board's looking pretty spiffy. Good to go. Now they're ravaging sands and wetlands. Should be fine. This will clear. Well, actually, this will clear in Ravage, and then I win. Unless I don't Ravage for whatever reason. How many fear cards am I away from? Oh, yeah, there's still quite a bit. Okay, well. Guess I'll just add a presence up here. I got +3 energy. Actually, yeah, I will. I get +4 energy for my track. And I get a miner because I unveiled that piece. I want some fast stuff. I might play this just so, I mean, it's a 0 cost, but well, actually, all the bloodshed would actually do some stuff. I guess I'll just play everything. I don't know if I want to gather to Han yet, though. This is fine. Any. Oh yeah, I also get to reclaim a card, don't I? I'm gonna reclaim this. I'm actually going to play that. -1, and I'll probably make this a grass. I'm not gonna decide until after the fact, though. Just in case the event does something weird. So gather up to 2 to Han. To Han have +2 health while on target land. 2. Good to me. And I'll be playing my innate on the sand. Oh. Event. I mean, I have 8. I'm gonna do the bottom one. The Fountain from Spheres is 4 lower per land this turn. During one future spear phase, I can decide to grant defend 4 on all lands this turn. I am gonna grab that, but I need it. Should be fine. Not defending anything anyways. For each land with beast and city, 1 fear and destroy 1 beast there. Nope. Each 4 with 4 or more towns/cities and 4 or fewer to Han. I only have 1 city left. Alright. Cities and towns do -1 damage. It's not going to matter. They do not heal at the end of this turn. Each land with beast, badlands, or anything, and 5. I mean, defense from spirits is 4 lower per land this turn. That's not from the spirit though. That's from the fear card. But that does not bother us because we're doing after invaders deal 1 or more damage to target land. Actually, are they even doing damage here? Is defended, right? Ah, okay. Yeah, they're not doing damage there. Yeah, okay. Well, they ravage jungle, or not jungle, sands and wetlands. They build in the mountains and the jungle. And they explore jungle sands. It's fine. I was expecting some shenanigans, which is why I played all this stuff. I may do 1 damage per Dahan. I'll do it over here. It is one range. I may destroy a town. But it probably has to be here. And then yeah, I may gather one blight and pay one to said blight. Just in case something dumb happens, I'll gather it here and then pay one. Never know what can happen. I'm still in a really nice spot though. I'll probably end up reclaiming my cards. This land should be fine. I might play a defend on it anyways though. Yeah, I'll reclaim. So this will go here. I get 2 mountains. I get 6 energy. And I draw everything. Okay. I do have 4 card plays right now. I would like to destroy the city, which I can do in slow. How many fear cards am I away? I think I can do some stuff. Definitely playing this. Probably. Mounds and Ravaging. I'm gonna play this. 4. Cool. So I'm gonna play the gather up to 1 Dahan over here. Oh, actually, this lane's doing 3 damage, which is perfect. I gather 1 Dahan over here, which there are none. Gather up 2. I'm going to defend 1 per Dahan, so I'm defending 3, and this lane is doing 3. I defend 1 per Dahan target land. They cannot be changed. That's 4. It is adjacent to a town, so we'll be doing +2 damage. Perfect. I don't think that really matters though. 2, 3, 4, 5. They're doing 7, 5, 6, 7. They're doing 3 damage in the end because of defend. Playing my Nate on this land. I may potentially use that any. I'm not sure how I want to use it yet though. If there are 4 or more lands with towns, add 1 blight to a land with or adjacent to a town. What if I just don't? So I could, I mean, it doesn't really matter. It just sucks that everything right now is like blighted. Oh, there's not even 4 more lanes with towns. I'm good. On each board, add a disease to a coastal land with the most towns/cities. In that land, 3 damage to the Han. That's fine. Each player may push one of their presence from a land with a Han. 2 damage to the land push. I mean, this is the only one. I don't. Okay. I think I win, right? Okay, so I can push 1 presence into here. I will do 2 damage. I have a Badlands, 3 damage. That dies. When these guys ravage, this will die, and this will also die. So I think I'm good. Alright, on each board, remove a town. I mean, that just makes this... Okay, so they ravage the mountains and the jungles. This dies, that gets taken off, that gets taken off. And then 3, or 2, 5. There's no town anymore. But I still do I just do my 2 damage. Well, they're doing 5, spending 4. They're doing 1 total, which allows me to kill. And that is game. This is one of the easier ones to do, which is why I just wanted to get it out of the way quickly, because, I mean, I love playing Stone. It's really fun for me. But, I mean, this is Stone's matchup, you know? So, yeah, it was a pretty simple game. I could have also gone top track and had pretty decent success, I believe. The only problem is if you go top track, you have to hope that they get onto a mountains early, because you're not going to have enough earth to constantly hit your innates, because you're just, I don't know, energy hungry or whatnot. But having, like, if they do place on a mountain, so you can reclaim, and even if you don't reclaim anything, you'll get 2 earth, which will let you hit your innates faster. But I guess, I don't know, everyone has their own methods for doing things, and yeah. But that was a pretty clean game. No major hiccups. I mean, the blight card did flip, but we risked it, and it just did not work. So, I mean, it did work well because I got to add a presence and stuff, but you know what I mean. If that was a worse blight card, it could have been a little rough. But it looks good to me, so yep. Let me know what you guys want to see. I know these are my first few videos, so let me know if there's anything you want me to do to improve on, so on and so forth. Again, I haven't really played the aspects for any of these characters. I have played not much of Thunderspeaker at all, maybe like 10 minutes worth. I have not played Sharp Fangs, Many Minds, Volcano, um, Shroud. I think I played it like, I don't know. I don't remember if I did play Shroud or not. I did not play Fractured either, so looks good, and see you guys around.